Hello everyone, I'm Brianna, and today I'm going to show you guys how to clean a fish tank properly. Let's get into it. Okay everybody, so our first step in wanting to clean the fish tank is making sure we have all the power off, because we don't want any power running while we are cleaning the fish tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the power by going to the main plug and turning it off, making sure everything's off. That will turn off our lights, our filters, our bubbler, our heater, and the whole system. So now that our whole system's off, my first job is going to be unplugging the bubbler and taking out the lid. So I'll see you guys when that's done. Wha-bam! And we're back. So, as you guys can see, I took off the lid, and I've already started, as you guys can see, to start taking some water. I took one container of water. I have the containers on the floor, and I scoop a container out and then dump it into a bucket. Usually I take out one container, so then I can take out the plants. So for this part, I usually come in and I scoop all these plants that are floating, because all these plants get in the way when I try to take out most of the water. So I scoop some water with the plants so they don't dry out as I clean the fish tank. So that's what I'm doing now. Just scooping plants and water. Plants usually look like this. The plants usually look like this when I scoop them. They sit on the floor in a bucket so they're out of the way. Alrighty, I'll see you guys when all the plants are gone. And we're back. Now that I took out some of the plants, you guys can see how much better it looks. I took out some of the plants on the top, and I put them in a bucket, and I fixed up some of the plants in the tank. Now usually the next step I would do is start taking out water or either the filters. Today I think the filters are going to be really dirty, so I think I'm going to take those out first. Our filters are the things in the back upper right hand corner. These things, they help filter the water and keep all the water clean and oxygenate the water for the fish. So I'm going to take those out. So I'll see you guys when I do that. Hello, I'm back. So now that I remove the filters, you guys can see obviously they're missing from the right hand corner. I usually start taking water, so I'll come do this and I'll take a bucket, you know, like a regular bucket. And I usually scoop it into the fish tank, making sure not to get the fish or anything else in it. And then I have another bucket off to the side, and I just pour it into a 5-gallon bucket off to the side. This is about a 40-gallon tank. It's a 36, but it's almost a 40. So I usually take about four 5-gallon buckets out of here. So I scoop all the water into the bucket and this bucket, and then I transfer it to a 5-gallon bucket. So I repeat the process until the 5-gallon bucket's full. Then once the 5-gallon bucket's full, I dump it, and then I do it until I have 4 5-gallon buckets that are full, which is about 20 gallons of water. Once I have about 20 gallons of water, that's about 50% of my fish tank volume. Or yeah, about 50% of the fish tank water in there. And so then I usually give it a little scrub, and then I bring in a hose and just pour more water back in there. And so yeah, I'll see you guys when I take out a bunch of water out of it. Alright. Hello guys, I'm back. This right here, our water line, you can't really see it on camera, but it's down to here. This is 2 buckets, so 10 gallons out of the fish tank. Usually about another 10 gallons is usually about here, and then I'll refill it. But I'll show you guys the process. So this is, this is 10 gallons, and then I'll show you guys when it gets down to another 10 gallons. But I thought I would document the water line going down, because I thought that's pretty cool. So I'll see you guys when I have another 10 gallons out of the tank. Alright guys, I made it back. This is 20 gallons out of the fish tank. So that means there's about, I think, 16 gallons left-ish in this tank. And anyway, so now usually what I'll do is I'll come in and I have this thing here. It's basically like a spatula, and then I have adapted it to add like a little scrubby thingy on it, on the back of it, to like get all the algae. So usually I come in the tank like this, I dip it in the water, and then I'll scrub the glass just like that, you know, because it gets off all the algae or whatever, plant matter or fish poop that's been on the side of the tank, you know. And I'll just come and scrub it real well. And usually I repeat this for all 4 sides of the tank now. And at this point I look at if there's any extra little plant leaves like that. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a little plant leaf. I usually pull that and put it to the side. Make sure all the plants I want are planted in here, and all the equipment like this bubbler and this heater that's apparently unstuck. This isn't hot. I turned it off already, so it's not hot, but it's unstuck to the wall, so I have to restick that. So usually at this step in the process, that's what I'm doing. I'm usually cleaning it, scrubbing it down real well, moving any plants around, anything that's broken off or loose. So I usually do that, and then I usually refill with water. So after I scrub it down, replace everything where I want, I refill with water, and I will show you guys that. But first, let me scrub it down real quick, get it all set up to where I want it, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, see you then. Hello guys, I am back. You guys there? Oh, you guys are there, okay. So, now that I'm back, let's see, I scrubbed it down real well. I think you guys can notice the difference. The difference here is there's less algae. It looked like a little shiny on the wall. I scrubbed it down, I moved all the plants around, I re-suctioned that heater back on. So at this point in the process, I go outside, this here, on the side of the tank, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a door right here, and I open the door, and I've already set up my hose, just so that I can fill. So now, I usually turn on the hose, and just kind of hold my hand over it so the water's not, too aggressive towards the fish, you know, not, hitting them really badly. And then usually this part takes about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes more. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to use a time-lapse process from the last time I cleaned my fish tank to show you all the process that would look like. So I will be back when this fills up. Hello everybody, so it's literally been a minute because I had to fill the fish tank, and then I had to take apart the whole filter and the inside of it and clean it out because it had a lot of extra dirt into it and grime from the fish. So this is what we're looking like overall with our fish tank. It looks super clean. As you guys can see, the water's filled up, the fish are happy, they're still in there, they stayed in there the whole time, they're fine. I just got to add a little bit of dechlorinator to the water because I did use hose water, which causes the chlorine to be in the water, so I'll add a dechlorinator and a little bit of quick start with the bacteria. But you guys can literally watch me put the filters in, and then that's literally it. I put the lid back on, and that concludes pretty much my whole fish tank cleaning. So here's filter number 1. I have it there, it's in, and then I'll go around you guys. And then I have filter number 2 right here. Filter number 2, I do the same thing. Just dunk it in, make sure it fills up with water, and put the cord behind, you know. And then with the filters comes the pad, because that's the actual part that filters. The bottom part of the filter you guys see in there sucks up the water. And then this thing here It looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys can't see that. It looks like this. And this black part in the front filters through the water, and then the part behind it, the white part, catches it with different little rocks, and it really filters through the water. So I just add that in, just like that. I add one more because I have 2 filters in here, and that one's actually a filter over there. So now, since I have them in water and stuff, I really dry off the cords before plugging in, because, like, I don't want to be electrocuted. And then, it's time for our big reveal. 3, 2, 1. I have everything going now. I'm adding in this bubbler. So I literally have everything going here. So as you guys can see, everything's going, you know. We got my bubbles going back. We got the fish. You can see the bubbles over here on the other side. I know my hand's out of focus. Sorry about that. But now as I would do is my next step would be to clean up, make sure everything's going good. Like the filters look like they're running fine. Everything looks like it's running fine. My next step is to actually add back in the plants too, because I did take out plants in the beginning. So I usually add them in like that, shake them around real well, so then the fish have some greenery to chew on. This stuff, just they can eat it. It's not that important to anybody, you know. These are goldfish. They're fantail goldfish. Yeah, and that's about it. So I will put the lid on, and I'll show you guys the final reveal. Alright everybody, so we're down to the final reveal. Are we ready to see our hard work and thinking process? Oh, I don't know why the lid's still not on. Hold on. Lid, oh there, the lid's on now. Okay, the lid is fully on. Are we ready? Yes, we are ready. So I'm going to plug in the lights, and it will look pretty in 3, 2, 1. There you go. There is what a clean, full 40-gallon goldfish tank looks like. And how long it takes? Usually it takes about 2 hours to clean. 1.5 hours to 2 by the time you scrub everything. But yeah, that's the basic process of it, and that's how you do it. I might move some of the plants around because they still look a little goofy, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I hope you guys liked watching my video, and, you know, have a good day. Alright, bye!